What is up, investors, and welcome back to the Everything Crypto Show, where we bring you the latest and most important news moving the crypto markets, DeFi tutorials on how you can optimize your crypto holdings to earn some juicy yield, as well as deep dives on projects we see as having huge potential for the future. Now, as always, please remember that nothing on this channel is financial advice. These videos are made for viewer education and entertainment purposes only, and I want this community to thrive, so please invest responsibly, and I love and appreciate you all. Now, as stated on the Twitter as well as in previous videos, I will be away from June 12th to June 24th, but even when I am going away, I'm still thinking about how I can keep the community entertained and informed, and that is why I have planned a very special 5-part series that is going to be coming out over the next week to week and a half, and basically this series is going to tell you everything you need to know about CRO Coin, about the Crypto.com ecosystem, about the Cronos chain, the Cronos verse, the DeFi wallet. Everything you need to know will be entailed in this 5-part series, and part 1 here is really going to lay the foundation for the rest of the series. We're going to go through Crypto.com's past, present, and future potential that I still see for the platform. So without further ado, there's a lot of stuff to get through and a lot of valuable information that you guys need to know. So without further ado, we are going to get right into part 1. And for starters here, we're going to give you a brief background history on Crypto.com, which was actually founded in 2016. But a lot of people do not know this because they were initially founded under the name Monaco. And alongside the launch of Monaco was their very own MCO coin, which did power their very own visas. You can actually take a look at these visas here and see they have the very familiar logo that we all know and love, but they were actually known as the Monaco visas. Now, in 2018, Monaco decided that they wanted to change their name to Crypto.com to really further align their name with the vision of the company, which was to be the one-stop shop, the global hub for all of your cryptocurrency needs. Thus, Crypto.com was born in 2018. And along with this name change also came the change of their native token from MCO to CRO, the Crypto.com coin. And this was an ERC20 token with a total supply of 100 billion. However, this would all actually change in February of 2021 as Crypto.com did announce the largest token burn in history, as they were to burn 70 billion of their 100 billion CRO. And this was an important step to fully decentralize the network at the mainnet launch. So they even had a vesting schedule here of exactly how this burn would happen, with 59.6 billion CRO being burnt as of the announcement date, another 10.4 billion currently locked in a smart contract that will be burned monthly as it gets unlocked, and a remaining 5.9 billion CRO being allocated to mainnet block rewards for chain validators and delegators, which does help secure the network. Now, what we can actually do to verify this is go on over to Etherscan, and these are the largest CRO coin wallets, and you can see this null address here with 76.4 billion CRO, and it is just being burnt off by the day. You can look at all of the transactions here, all of the CRO being burnt, and part 2 of this series is going to be focused all on CRO, its utility, and its tokenomics, but the very cookie cutter version of why this is so important, this reduction of the flow from 100 billion down to 23.6 billion, is this because it is a 75% reduction to the entire float of CRO. And if you know anything about basic supply and demand, just the simple fact that buying 100 CRO out of 100 billion CRO will have significantly less impact than buying 100 CRO out of 23.6 bill, which does mean that the less CRO you have, the more CRO that is bought, it has a much greater impact on the price increase itself because there is less to go around. But what we're going to focus on now is the Crypto.com platform itself and the suite of products that it does offer that, in my opinion, do make it very, very enticing to not only buy CRO, but to also hold it for the long term. And that is starting off with the Crypto.com metal visas. Now, these visas here, the whole premise of them is that you are effectively locking up a certain amount of CRO in dollar value, and you are receiving this visa in return for some staking rewards on the value of your CRO stake, as well as cashback. So for example, you are locking up 4,000 USD for the Royal Indigo and Jade Green visa, 40,000 USD for the Frosted Rose Gold and Icy White, and 400,000 for the Obsidian Black Visa. Now, before, these rewards were definitely a little more enticing, as the Royal Indigo and Jade Green offered you 10% per annum on your CRO stake for the Visa, as well as 3% cash back, and the Frosted Rose Gold, Icy White, and Obsidian Visas offered you 12% per annum on your CRO stake, as well as 5 and 8% cash back respectively. However, on May 1st, Crypto.com did announce that they were actually nerfing the rates on the Visa, and these are the new rates here. So now on the Royal Indigo and Jade Green Visa, you are receiving 4% per annum on your CRO stake and 2% cash back, and on the Frosted Rose Gold, Icy White, and Obsidian cards, you are receiving 8% per annum on your CRO stake and 3 and 5% cash back respectively. Now, is this a deal breaker for Crypto.com? I've been saying since day one, absolutely not. And in fact, since the huge overreaction from these nerfs on May 1st, I have seen a lot more positive sentiment coming back into the Crypto.com ecosystem and coming back to the metal visas, as people really begun to turn around and realize that you're not getting this anywhere at a bank. You're not getting, imagine finding you a bank that's offering you 4 to 8% per annum on your debit Visa balance, as well as these absurd 2, 3, and 5% cashback rates. It's just not happening, and that is why I still think that the Crypto.com metal Visa is a very, very good product to actually acquire new customers and incentivize them to lock up their CRO and keep it in the ecosystem. Now, product number 2 here is the Crypto.org chain, and this is the chain that they were referring to when they actually burned the 70 billion CRO in preparation for the mainnet launch. Now, what is the Crypto.org chain? Well, it is a Tendermint-based protocol in the Cosmos ecosystem launched by Crypto.com, and the goal here is to power a growing suite of financial products by designing user-friendly interfaces for these products. The complexity of blockchain is abstracted away so the general public can access crypto assets and use these smart contract-based products. And this is Crypto.com's whole strategy, is to make it very easy for newcomers to come into the crypto ecosystem. And this is exactly why I do think that over time they will be the most successful in acquiring new customers. And Crypto.org chain's first goal is to support Crypto.org Pay, the company's mobile payment solution. Now, CRO is effectively the native asset of the Crypto.org chain. It will be staked by validators to help secure the network, pay as rewards for participating in consensus on the chain, and used for CRO transactions. Now, you guys will remember from the very second slide here that CRO was initially a coin on the ERC20 network, and basically what Crypto.com did is they are incentivizing people to bridge their CRO from ERC20 over to the Crypto.org chain to participate in staking, where you can actually stake your CRO within the Crypto.com platform for the Visa card, which also does increase your rewards in other areas of the Crypto.com ecosystem. You can use it for payment for their crypto pay feature, as well as for settlement, as it is used to settle transaction fees within the Crypto.com ecosystem, and you will actually be offered a rebate when trading fees are paid in CRO. And effectively, how the Crypto.com team encouraged users to migrate to the new native CRO token on the Crypto.org chain was to actually allow chain staking via the Crypto.com DeFi wallet. And that is going to lead us into product number 3, which is in fact the Crypto.com DeFi wallet. This is something we cover on the channel very often, as in my opinion, it is one of the most user-friendly and one of the strongest ways to earn some incredible yield through DeFi. So as you can see here, this is the interface of the Crypto.com DeFi wallet, and effectively you can actually just hook it right up to your main app. And then they do have this little earn tab here at the bottom. You click on that and you can see all of your rates that are offered in DeFi Earn. It's not just CRO, they offer you Atom, TUSD. This picture is very outdated, but I can tell you that at the moment Atom is actually going for over 18% per annum, and CRO is going for about 12.3 to 12.1% per annum. So what you do is you press start earning, and then you go ahead and click on your validator here. And validators are also actually discussed in this post right here, the validator nodes and the full nodes. So what you are doing here is you are picking your validator. You're looking for one with 98% uptime to get the most of your rewards, and then boom, you are going to stake with them. And this is the pool that I am currently involved in. It is very, very simple to get started, and I am earning 12.11% per annum on my CRO. So effectively you get into this very nice cycle of locking up your CRO for the Visa, then taking all of your staking rewards, all of your cash back, all of your rebates, which I didn't even mention, by the way. The Visas offer you rebates on Spotify, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Airbnb, and Expedia, extra cash back, and a whole other ton of perks. So you can take all of this CRO that you are earning from the main app, connect it to your DeFi wallet, bridge the CRO to the DeFi wallet, and begin earning your 12.11% per annum, which is not too shabby. Now, product number 4 here is the Crypto.com Pay feature, and we have covered this recently as they did actually partner up with Shopify, and I think that all of the big stink that was made about the Visa really made me aware of how many people are not properly utilizing the Crypto.com Pay feature, and in my opinion, that is a shame because Crypto.com Pay is something that I use very, very frequently. It allows you to pay any merchant partnered up with Crypto.com through the Crypto Pay checkout. You can actually buy NFTs directly from the Crypto.com NFT platform with the Pay program. You can shop for Pay gift cards, and you can send crypto to friends for free with 0 gas fees associated. Now, you'll note here that if you have 10,000 CRO staked on the platform, and this is why the Visa and Crypto.com Pay do synergize very well together, in my opinion, because if you have 10,000 CRO staked for the Visa, you also receive additional benefits on the Crypto.com Pay side of things. And you can see here that just for sending crypto to a friend, you can earn up to 10% cash back. So if I wanted to pay a friend $50 in CRO, I would get 10% of that in cash back just for using the Crypto.com Pay feature. And then for gift cards, you can see that your food and beverage gift cards, you get up to 10% cash back for buying with your CRO through Crypto.com Pay. For taxis, groceries, fashion, games, entertainment, and telecommunication, you get 5% cash back. And for retail, hotels, airlines, gas, and diesel, you get 2.5% cash back. And important to note that there are some special deals that do happen. Like, for example, Easter of this year, they are actually offering you 10% cash back also on your fashion and games gift cards. So definitely something to be aware of, definitely something to take advantage of. And now Crypto.com Pay has partnered up with Shopify to allow all Shopify merchants to actually use the Crypto.com Pay feature to check out. And in my opinion, the reason this is such a big deal is because Crypto.com is helping everyday people who would not otherwise be involved in crypto realize the convenience of actually using crypto as a means of exchange, thus being more incentivized to actually join the Crypto.com ecosystem and explore the other features that it does have to offer. Now, speaking of, we're going to move on to product number 5 here, which is the Crypto.com NFT platform. I do think that NFTs are poised for some very big growth in the future, and Crypto.com does want to get their very own piece of this. They also have their very own NFT project called the Loaded Lions, which I do think will be a very big piece of utility for Crypto.com as well as for the Cronos chain in the future, but we will break that down more in one future part. Now, for starters here, let's look at the Crypto.com partners that they made in 2021 and 2022, including UFC, including Formula One, including LeBron James, including Matt Damon, and then we also got the 20-year naming rights to the former Staples Arena, now known as the Crypto.com Arena, and they are the exclusive cryptocurrency exchange sponsor for FIFA 2022. And this does actually connect to their NFT platform. As you can see here, this was actually one of the first deals they made was with UFC. And if we take a look on their Crypto.com NFT platform, you can see here that they also have the exclusive rights to UFC NFTs. So they make these partnerships and then they strike additional deals to have exclusive rights to NFTs, to merchandise. And it just goes a really long way to spreading awareness of the power of crypto to everyday people who watch UFC, who watch Formula One, and then they hop on the platform and see they can get some of their favorite collectibles through the NFT tab. So I definitely do see their strategy here of trying to advertise as much as possible to acquire new customers, and that is really, really important in my opinion as we are in the very early growth stages of crypto, and Crypto.com wants to be that number one-stop shop, and I do love what they're going for. Now, we can see here that Crypto.com decided one blockchain was not enough. They wanted to get in on a second one. So what they did was they actually had the second name change for the Crypto.com coin, and it then converted into the Cronos coin. And this name was intended to properly reflect the decentralized nature of CRO and recognize the explosive growth of the Cronos ecosystem, which represents the next major phase in the adoption and utilization of Web3 by hundreds of millions of users. Now look at the Cronos chain growth here since November 2020. 2021. This is only 8 months old, and it is already in 8th place amongst all blockchains for total value locked. It has been outclassing blockchains here that have been around for years, and it has already creeped its way into the top 10, and I do expect that with time that Cronos will even make its way into the top 5. I mean, just take a look at this here. Like, we're looking at some chains like we got Waves, we got Parallel, we also have Near. These have been out for much longer than the Cronos chain, Optimism, and Cronos chain is already well ahead of the rest of these projects. And that just goes to show you the real growth and the real backing behind the Cronos chain. And I do think it has a lot to do with the awareness that Crypto.com is able to bring to their projects. Now, let's take a look here at Cronos' growth since their launch. And what you'll notice here is that they actually started off with 299 million in total value locked as of November 12th, so just 4 days after their launch. Now, at their peak of 4 billion in total value locked in mid-April, this would actually represent a percentage increase of 1,233% from their launch. And currently, at the time of recording this video, they were sitting at 1.39 billion in TVL. So even though it has cratered over 50% from its all-time high at above 4 billion TVL, it is still sitting at a nice 366% gain. So definitely not something to laugh at whatsoever. Now you can see here the Cronos roadmap for 2022. And again, we're going to break down the Cronos chain in, I believe, the 3rd and 4th part of this series. So I don't want to really go into too much depth about this right now, but all you need to know is that the Crypto.org chain was not enough. Crypto.com also wanted to get in on the Cronos chain, and they are making very big moves to really push for the adoption of the Cronos chain. So in review, Crypto.com had an incredible 2021, and I think it's important to put this into perspective, as 2022 has definitely been, I mean, let's just admit it, it's been a really, really ugly year so far. And one thing that really stands out to me here is the fact that Crypto.com cited having 10 million users by the end of 2021, up from 5 million by the end of 2020. And the reason this really stands out to me is because on May 8th of 2022, Crypto.com announced passing the 50 million users mark. That is absolutely insane, up from 10 million at the time of this post on January 14th of this year, up to 50 million. Now, pretty much here, they're just going through what we have talked about already in this video, the Crypto.org and the Cronos chain, their global campaigns and advertisements here, their partnerships, the app, the Crypto.com card, the Crypto.com exchange, the Crypto.com NFT platform, Crypto.com Pay. The list goes on, and that is why, once again, I do believe that this platform will dominate the crypto space as time goes on. And we can see here, this is a screenshot from the 22nd of March 2022, but really, Crypto.com does this quite frequently at this point. It is even outclassing the likes of Coinbase now in 24-hour exchange volume, and it is still about, I mean, let's say like 4 times behind Binance, meaning that it does have a lot of room to go and catch up to Binance, who is currently in first place. Now, the future growth prospects for Crypto.com, as well as the conclusions from part 1, is that the Crypto.com exchange, not the main app, their exchange, which is a more like trader friendly platform, is to launch in the US this year, which should bring a lot more institutional capital to the platform. There is an NFT platform expansion coming with the GameFi and Metaverse. The Cronos chain, the Crypto.com ecosystem is incredibly sticky, similar to Apple in my opinion, as the ecosystem does surround buying and staking CRO to earn more CRO to stake, and I believe this is how they will achieve the end game of becoming the biggest centralized exchange on a global basis. Now, here's just a little teaser of what you guys can look forward to in the future parts of this series. Part 2 is going to be the CRO coin tokenomics and utility. Part 3 will be the Cronos chain explained and how it was able to grow so fast. Part 4 will be Cronos' future, including its roadmap and GameFi metaverse potential. And Part 5 will be 5 reasons that I do believe CRO will explode in the coming years. So I do really hope that Part 1 helped to give you guys a better foundational explanation behind CRO coin, behind Crypto.com's past, present, and future potential, and I do really hope that you guys enjoy the rest of this series. I cannot wait to get it out to you guys, so I do need to get back to work on making these videos, as I am pretty much making them before I take off for my flight. So on that note, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out for now.